Doing a mobile review real quick. Just a quick look. I wanted to show you this phone. I don't really see. I do. I think I may, but I don't see how this phone just totally flew under the radar. Was really even talked about, hardly even noticed, and just wasn't even recognized. But yet it's got some of the best specs out of any phone of 2024 or 2023 really is when it came out. So um, it's the Motorola Edge Plus 2023 Interstellar Black, 512 base gigs of storage, 4.0 storage. Uh, it's now right now it's running on Android 14. It's got the 8 Gen 2, which in my opinion is the most well optimized Snapdragon processor there has ever been to date for battery life. And okay, you got um, 340 touch sampling touch rate or hertz rate. That's like unheard of. And then 165 hertz refresh rate, 165 hertz. So it flies, touch and both scrolling. I mean, there's just no slowdown. Um, it's got 8 gigs of LDR5X RAM. Um, if there was any weakness to this phone, which is not really a weakness, but if you would call it a weakness, is that it doesn't have 12 gigs of RAM or 16 gigs of RAM, which is overkill. And 8 gigs is even what Samsung puts in their flagship phone. I mean, it's just a flagship phone, so um, would I prefer it to have 12 gigs? Yeah, I mean, who doesn't want more? But 8 gigs is still flagship level. Um, HDR10. Um, it's got an OLED display. Uh, you got it's a 1080p. It's full HD, so it's OLED still. So you get great with the different colors. I mean the vibrant colors. 6.67 inch display. It's 2400 by 1080. It's right at 400 ppi. Um, it's almost got a 90% body display ratio. Um, HDR10 plus playback, YouTube HDR. Let's see, and then real quick, let me just go over this. It's 203 grams. It's 3.2 USB 3.2, and then you got check this out. You have a 60 megapixel front-facing 4K camera and video recorder. So I could use this phone to vlog with if I wanted to. And then the rear camera's got a 50 megapixel. Then it's got 3 cameras, and then you got it records up to 8K, so it's a 4K and 8K. It, this phone has a lot. It has a lot going. And then lastly, it's got Dolby Atmos, it's 5G, NFC, Bluetooth 5.3, and it's got a dual SIM, but there's a physical SIM card, and then you've got an eSIM, so it's a dual SIM. So now, what maybe one thing that people might not like is the it's a it's a quad curved four curved basically bottom top left right display. Um, and I will say you will accidentally have you have will have accidental touches. It has kind of got on my nerves a little bit. I may take this back and get the Pixel 8 for the ease of use because now that I'm going back to work, I'm gonna be looking at a lot of property again, and I need a one-handed phone. This is a 6.6 inch, so it's almost a 6.7 inch display, big phone, and it's while it's comfortable to hold, it's a large phone. The Pixel 8 is a 6.2 inch display, and it's just not going to have the specs that this has. This is a spec beast. I may end up swapping them out because they're the same price. But the base storage on this, 512 gigabytes, 4.0 storage, where the base storage on that Pixel 8 is 128 gigs of storage. That's a huge difference. So I don't know. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. Should I exchange this for the Pixel 8? or should I keep this and roll with it and just go with it? I don't know. I'd like to hear from you. Um, I just wanted to show this. I just can't believe that this phone's not has not been more spoken of, and just for what you get. And I guess the main thing is the value. This phone's only $499 right now. Name me a Samsung. Name me an Apple. Name me any Android. It's $499 that has these specs. That are compared to these specs. I mean, this phone has everything and more. And but Motorola's problem is they don't show any consistency. You never know what you're going to get with them. So they didn't make a 2024 Edge Plus. They made an Edge 2024 Edge, but it's a little bit below flagship specs. So they don't have any consistency. So that's part of their problem. And then they rename their flagships in different countries. So you don't have any idea what you're going to get. So you can't depend on them. But having said that, when they do make a good one, they make a great one.